I have to clean off this. It looks a little fuzzy. Hi guys. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Coach Mean and I'm so happy you're here. Please hold. I don't like how this looks. What's up, y'all? What's up, Elevator? What's up, Jay? How y'all doing? So I'm working from home today. I didn't take the day off. I was tempted to. I swear for God. I was tempted to take the day off, but I was like, I'm gonna work from home and get some work done and not be you know what? Like, I still gotta work. I still gotta work my job until I don't have to. Amen? So I wanna talk about a topic today. So I'm eating lunch. I got cauliflower rice. This is one of my go-to meals. Easy. Cauliflower rice, salmon, spinach, peppers, fresh garlic. Easy meal. And period. As Jay would say, it is so tasty and it fills you up, and it's low in carbs, and it's something that we could eat that's going for our goals, keeping the waist down. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on these YouTube streets. And I've been seeing some things. And it made me think of friendship. Oh, you eating lunch now? What you said? I just got a Subway so I can eat with you on your lunch break too. Yay! Let's eat together, girl. Let's break bread. So I'm gonna talk about friendships, but before I do that, you know, I gotta plug what I got going on. So Monday starts my I Want to Be Down Fitness Challenge. And the challenge is going to be amazing. Like, for 6 days out of the week, for 3 weeks, you're going to work out. You're going to work out with me. We're going to work out on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. What's up, newbies videos? Welcome to the live. My name is Coach Mean. Hang out for a little bit. We're going to have a little chat. We're going to talk, and I'm going to hit you with some really important information. What I need, though, is people that are coming in, please like the live. What's going on, Supreme? What's going on? Hey, can you tell me? Oh, Lord, if you're going to be on that kind of foolishness, sir or ma'am, you ain't going to hang around here, because we ain't got time. We don't got time for that. You know what that means. You don't know what 2 plus 2 is. Honey, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay? Like, I don't even have the energy, baby boy or girl or whatever, or them or they. So we're gonna work out 6 days a week. I'm gonna hit you with a nice dietary guide so you know exactly what to eat, what not to eat, and we're gonna do it together. We're gonna drop some pounds. Like, my goal for the 3 weeks is to drop 10 pounds. That's how serious the challenge is. If you lock in all the way, you could drop weight, okay? You could drop weight, and you can also tone up, shape up, lift, talk. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm about over here. And if you're thinking about joining the challenge, don't think. Do. Sign up, join the challenge. Don't be scared. It's only 3 weeks. 3 weeks gonna go by like that. So I feel like this. Like, it's either you work for what you want, or you don't. Period. Okay? So I want to talk, guys. I want to talk about friendships. I want to talk about your friends and mine, and some of the people that I've known and considered friends in the past. Like, we use that word real loosely. Don't we use the word friendship loosely? Like, we call people friends when they really should be foes, and they are not your friend. And sometimes I see it. Like I see people that latch on to somebody else, and somebody else, the other person is feeling like that's my friend, but they really not your friend. They say the people closest to you, that's who you really gotta watch, right? And they say that for a reason, okay? They say that for a reason. I have my glasses on today because I be trying to be cute on here and not put my glasses on, and I can't see. Like, I be straining my eyes to see the chat. So somebody got 1090 subs, something subs, and she acting all uppity. Shut up, Supreme. So this is the one. I wrote down some ways because I was thinking about this earlier. So I wrote some things down because the 46 be acting up, and I'll forget some of the good tips, some of the good things I thought of when I started thinking of all of the people that were so-called friends in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to do an assessment. Like, think about your friend group and if this ever happens to you. So the one sign that you can tell if somebody really ain't your friend is if they can't be happy for you. Like, you have something good happen in your life. Like, for instance, let's use Prim for an example. Prim just bought a brand new car. Now, I'm happy for her because I know what that feels like when you step into your brand new vehicle and you got everything smelling good and the car is dope. But people that are not your real friends, like when something good happens to you, they like, oh, well, I just bought a car too. Or my man he took me to the lot last week and he said he gonna get me a car. I didn't, like, okay, congratulations. But right now I got a car today. It's here. I'm trying to show you my car. But they can't just be happy for you. They gotta bring it back to something that's happening for them, or they talk about somebody else. What's up, Fee? How you doing, Fee? Or they talk about somebody else. They start talking about what somebody else got. They just can't be happy for you and celebrate your win. Like, I want you guys to, like, pay attention, like, really pay attention. I'm going to get deeper, though. That's an easy one. Like, but then think about this. Like, if you have a friend and somebody that whenever something good happens to them, you all, yeah, girl, go ahead, girl, you go. You even post them. You like, my girl killing it, da-da-da-da-da. But then, when something good happens to you, radio silence. You don't hear nothing. They don't post anything. They don't mention it. You pick them up in your brand new car. They sit in it, act like it's the same car they saw yesterday. They can't be happy for you because they're not really a friend. Okay? This is a big one, y'all. Controlling friends. Now, this, to me, is more of a younger people thing. If you're still dealing with this in your 40s, then you need to assess a lot of stuff. You need to assess who you really hanging out with, you know? Them controlling friends. The friends that want to dictate who you can be friends with, who you can hang out with. That, they are really not your friend at all. Those people that want to control you and be like, oh, I don't talk to so-and-so, so you can't talk to them either. I ain't with none of that, man. Because I'm grown. And if I have a working relationship with somebody, I'm not going to cut them off because you don't like them or because you had an issue with them. I'll give the example of the Real Housewives. Where is this coming from, Supreme? This is coming from stuff that I'm observing. I be observing stuff, Supreme, like, and I'm talking about it. It's not to anybody in particular or anything in particular. It's just that this is something that I see a lot, and people are latching on and being friends with people that are not here to serve them. Okay? So like I was saying, controlling friends. And on top of that, guys, I only got 1 hour today. I only got 1 hour, and then I have to go for real. Like, I can't be playing around today. I got like you know, I got a job, and they want me to do some work. So you guys tell me, like, oh, you doing real estate. So just you tell me about your any controlling friendships that you've ever had. Have you ever had that type of friend that got upset with you if you stayed friends with someone? I'll give the example, like I was saying, of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Cynthia, I don't know if you guys watch this show, but Kenya on the Real Housewives, she did something that was a little off the wall. She exposed somebody else, right? So one of the other girls on the show, Kenya didn't like her. The girl threatened her. So Kenya came to an event, and you know what this child did? You know what this 50-something-year-old lady did? She put on a poster board. She took a poster board and took the lady. She found pictures of the lady giving some oral pleasure, and she put those pictures on a poster board and posted it in the place that she was at. Now her friend didn't agree with this and decided to stay friends with the girl that she humiliated. What's the big deal there? I don't see a big deal. I'm grown. Why would you do something like that? If I have a friend that does something like that and embarrasses somebody else, I can't side with you, but baby girl, if I wouldn't be your friend if I'm gonna let you act a fool. I'm not your real friend if I'm gonna let you act a fool. He said, what type of nastiness are you eating today? This is actually really good. It doesn't look that appealing, but it's cauliflower rice. Can you see? Spinach, peppers, and fresh garlic with salmon. I mixed salmon in there. Like, I cooked fresh salmon and then I cut it up and put it in. It's so good. That is highly childish because, first of all, you're 50 years old. Second of all, what the hell are you doing? Like, and I understand that the girl threatened her and said that she had bells and whistles or guns and blazes, whatever the hell she said. She said that. Your retaliation for her saying that to you is to put on poster boards her giving some oral pleasure. So now you exposed her and the dude's eggplant. Like, what is that? Child. And she did this at the premiere of her business that she spent $400,000 to get off the ground. And talk about self-sabotage, right? So, another thing that friends, so-called friends, do. And I want you guys, like, if you think of another one, put it in the chat, because I want to take this and I want to do something with this topic, because we need to be mindful of the people that you bring close to you. How did she get that video? I don't know. She claimed that she got the video from the internet. But people, you know how these internet people are. They've been going on the internet looking for the video. Nobody can find it. So the only person that was able to find it was Kenya. She got it from one of the girl's friends. Ha! See what I did there? Kenya got the video from one of the girl's friends. So-called friends. So like I said, be careful who you're sharing your information with. Be careful who you are bringing into your circle, bring it into your home, bring it around your man. Hello, Lawan Don. That's funny. That name is hilarious. That name is hilarious. So you're from Vietnam? Says hi. What's goody, Vietnam? You throwing up some V's for Vietnam? Why are you pausing him? He ain't do nothing yet. Sabrina don't got no time for the get down. That's okay. Where's Tease at? Hi, Tease. He said the name is Trollus. It is. I mean, he's definitely a troll. He's definitely a troll. But you know, we'll let him rock. Fee said you have to put people in the prospective places, inner court and outer court. Yes, but the thing is, the tricky part is sometimes people are in your inner court, okay, that don't need to be in your inner court, and you don't find it out until they start to show their true colors. We've all had, well, at least I can't speak for everybody, but I've been betrayed by friends, so-called friends. Not everybody that you think is your friend is really your friend. There's people that are close to you that are really jealous of you, jealous of what you have, jealous of whatever. And you got to pay attention to the little signs. It might not be a blazing sign. Like, you might think they really your friend. Oh, you got to watch the Real Housewives? You gotta watch you know what a friend is, Supreme? Somebody that can support you, somebody that can celebrate with you, somebody that is honest with you, somebody that's not gonna let you go outside looking a fool. That's a friend. Not somebody that's gonna sit there and be like, yeah, girl, go ahead, girl, yo. While you going outside with your belly popping out and looking crazy as hell. Your real friend is gonna be like, girl, find something else to, like, that's not the right outfit. They're not gonna let you go outside. You know, we all say that. We all say that. We all be like, she ain't got no friends. We see people outside looking crazy, and we be like, she ain't got no friends. That's what I mean. That's a friend. Yeah, so you're right, Kareem. Supreme, that's right. Most ladies don't have friends. Most ladies have a girl group of haters. Because women are conditioned to be in competition with each other. Winnie the Pooh style. Yo, babe, you wild for that. He said they looking for a pot of honey. And that's the thing, like, when you have kids, like, you have you have young daughters, or daughters enter into like young adulthood, it's hard to see their so-called friends that come around, and you see it. Like, remember when you was young, my mom used to say, that ain't your friend. She used to tell me that, and I'd be like, no, she cool, that's my friend, that's my friend. Meanwhile, they coming in your house and they looking around the stuff you have. They silently eyeing it. Hey, Aslyn, welcome to the live. I'm happy you're here. Hey, Faith. Are you seeing my comments pop up, Coach? Oh, here we go. Jay said, there's some people that are around you just to copy you, child. Yes. Even that, like, people will be really close to you, and they'll be trying, you'll think that they're bigging you up, right? They're like, oh, wow, you come up with some great stuff. You come up with some great ideas. And then, or you look amazing. I like that outfit. Where you get that from, girl? And then the next time y'all go out, they wearing that dress. What? It's but the other thing, the thing that I think about that with copying, I always say, instead of like getting upset about it, the thing, if somebody is truly copying you all the time, that is a testament to your creativity and your genius. And the thing is, there are going to be people that are copiers. They have to copy. They have to look at everybody else that's creating and bite here and bite there, because they can't create their own thing. They got to copy. And that's the beauty of being a creator. When you're a creator, you can always create something new. When you're a copier, you always got to wait for somebody to create. You got to wait on somebody else. So go ahead, copy me. Copy. But you can't be me. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Oh, Lord. Real is rare these days, for sure. He said, because these girls be looking a mess. Supreme said that. Fee said, yep. I said that. She ain't got no friends. T's Journey said, yes, Jay. I just witnessed that. Fee said, right, coach. Shoo. Hi, Zoe. What's up? Welcome to the live. Zoe said, a girl group of haters. For real. Fade said, which housewives are you talking about? I stopped watching last year. I'm talking about Atlanta, honey. Jay said, facts tease. Hey, Fade. Hey, Fade. Aslyn is here. I hope if you guys have not connected with Aslyn, guys, check her out. She's also a content creator. Check Aslyn out, y'all. Gaga T, I've never seen you before. Welcome to the live. What do you think about the saying women are the enemy of women? I agree with that. I think women are conditioned to compete with other women for the attention of men. Yeah, I said it. Women be in competition with other women to snag the man. And that's corny. That's corny, y'all. Like, that's corny. Oh, you guys are saying hello. Yes, imitation is a form of flattery elevated. It is a form of flattery, and I always look at it like that. Like, you can imitate, but you can't create. You feel me? Oh, you guys are all speaking to each other. Yes, creation should be free-flowing fun. It should. And when you have that ability to create, it is free-flowing fun. And you can always create. You're always thinking of new ideas. But it must be a prison. You must be in prison when you got to be in the midnight hour, going behind the scenes and always copying what this person got together and that person, and you can't create on your own. Yes, creating and imitating are not the same. They're not. I agree with you, Jay. They are not the same. T said, you right, coach, but you better watch out for those type of people. They sabotage you in some way. Okay? They'll try to sabotage you. You are so right. You are so right. You are so right about that. Like, they will, because they're really wolves in sheep's clothing, you know? There's snakes in the grass. But we got the venom. You feel me? Hi, darling. Look, Faith said, I bet Portia is involved. Well, she could be involved behind the scenes, but in this situation, it's Kenya who has sabotaged herself. Kenya decides to go to her own event. She had an opening for her salon that she spent $400,000 on. She goes to the opening and she decides to show pictures of one of the girls giving somebody some oral pleasure on big poster boards in the middle of her own event with all of Atlanta there. Like, in what world would you do that? If you want to expose her like that, what I would have did, you want to really get her? I would have had this stuff on poster boards, right? And I would have called her into a separate room, me and her, and be like, look, bitch, look what I got. Now, if you don't act right, if you don't straighten up and fly right, I will expose you. And then go out there and be like, hello, everyone. Welcome to my event. That's what she should have did. Not in front of everybody. Okay, you guys are check. Oh, good. Jay said she's going to check you out later. Yes, Aslyn had... I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Aslyn or Aslyn? Probably Aslyn. I apologize if I'm not saying it right. I apologize. She has great content and great energy. She's a very positive person. So please check her out, guys. Gaga T said, my cousin is trying to frustrate her sister and make her fail because she is the first millionaire in her family. Well, tell your cousin's sister, aren't they both your cousins? Are you being serious, Gaga T? Because I don't got time. I'm 46 years old, dog. So I'll come back to that because I don't know. I don't know if you're playing or if you for real. Faith said, and you will be sharing diseases too, Supreme. You can have it, Supreme. Mad corny, and I've been chilling for the past few months, but I'm making my way back slowly. Why are you saying mad corny? Oh, the girls. That's corny. Isn't that corny? But every woman wants different type of men for different reasons. I don't know if I agree with that, Tease. I think at the bottom line is women want a man that can provide a certain sense of security. So whatever area of life you're in, whatever man appears to have that and be able to provide that, that's the man that's going to be desirable. So for instance, in the hood, people are going to be looking for the person that they think can provide them with a certain level of comfort. And then several friends are probably going to like the same dude. And then several of those friends are going to be in competition with each other, stabbing each other in the back to get to this dude. Hence the reason why there's people out here flowering their entire neighborhoods and they got babies all over the place with all these chicks that know each other. You feel me? Yes, Faith, that was super foul of Kenya, and I'm really shocked that she did that. Like, at her big age. And she's an Aquarius. Aquarians do not move like this. We are calculated. We don't just show our cards. Like, what is that? Like, I was like, what are you doing, girl? Like, you're not representing. She better be selling candy. T said she better be selling Candy sex toys by showing her off like that. Yo, Candy, speaking of, Candy is a super duper hustler. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, Horizon and Moon is what she about. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what they are. I don't. But she's a January Aquarius. I would never do anything like that. If I had the pictures, I would show her behind the scene. I would be like, come here, come Britt, let's talk. And then I'll let her come with her flowers. Then I get her. Because Britt was foul too. Like, Britt is not innocent here. But I'm not going to blow my whole life up like that at my salon opening. Like, it's just ridiculous. Kenya has always been childish and messy. Yeah. And I think a lot of that stems from her childhood. And she has an issue with attachment, so I think she like tries to push people away before they get too close. That's just my assessment of Kenya, because some of the stuff she's going through, and she doesn't really have a relationship with her mom. Hi, Mind Journey, how you doing, girl? We talking about friendships, and we're talking about people what to look out for in people that really aren't your friends. T said some women do want a provider and some women just want sex. Well, ain't he providing something? He is providing something. He provided that stiff. And some women just want sex and the power of knowing that she can take another woman's man without even wanting him. That's the truth. You're right. You're right. Hey, Jason. I'm sorry. Hi, Jason. How you doing? That's true, because, child, but I think when women are they're that way and they want to steal other people's men and stuff like that, i.e. Portia, that's their insecurity, right? Like, that's the only way that they feel like the superior woman. So again, they're still in competition with other women for the attention of men. Because she's really doing that to say, I'm better than her. Or those women that see how terrible a man treats their wife or somebody else, and then they come and date that same dude. Like, oh, he ain't gonna do that to me because mine is gonna keep him here. You're still in competition with that other girl. You feel me? Maritha, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Welcome to the live. I haven't seen you here before, but thank you for showing up. I'm guessing you're subscribed because you said you love my content. Thank you so much. You said my best friend stopped talking to me because I tried to save her from another friend who spreads gossip about her. She later apologized after 2 months. Well, she apologized. You took her back? Or did you listen to what Maya Angelou said? It said, when people show you who they are, believe them. When people show you who they are, believe them. Amen. Okay. Do you believe that, guys? Or do you believe people can change? Listen, you know what it is? When you start getting old like me, and some of y'all old too. You ain't got time for this. And when you in your big age, you're like, when you spot stuff, like you try to friend somebody and you spot people, you're like, all right, I see what you're doing. So you keep them like Fee said, you keep them in the outer circle. You don't bring them inside. You don't let them come to your house. You got to believe it. Right, Jay? What did My Journey say? People just play too many games. People grow old and not up. Amen. That's a word, girl. That is a word. People do. They grow old and not up. Yes, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Yes. And their explanation is probably full of crap. Man, I'm not even participating in these conversations with y'all no more. This drives me crazy. Supreme, I'm supporting from the bushes. Okay, as long as you support and you don't want to participate, that's okay. I'm listening to you while I clean. Great topics. Oh, thank you. Talking about, can people change? I just asked a question. Sometimes people think, I just want to know what people think. Like, do you think somebody can change? That was a question. Hi, Jorge. Is it Jorge? Jorge? No, maybe. If you're going to come in here and start typing foolishness, you're going to get timed out. I don't know if I think people can change. I don't know if I agree with that. I think if people show you who they are and they show you that they're an evil troll, then you got to believe them. Because it's going to rear its ugly head again. Like, people can apologize, but if somebody does something so out of pocket, then that's just who they are. Like, seriously, that's who they are. Like, because there's certain things that if you have a certain moral compass, you're just not going to do. No matter what situation you're in, you're not going to do that. Like, I don't care how much I dislike another female, I'm not going to expose her like that at an event like that, on camera like that. Like, that is completely disgusting. So once you show me that, we can't be friends, because what's going to happen when you're upset with me? And that goes to my next topic. That's how you can really tell what kind of people are. Pay attention to how your so-called friend, the people that you keeping close to you, how they pay attention, how they treat people they fell out with. If they had a best friend, she was my best friend, and you know all her best friends' business, go that way. Go that way. Because when she's mad at you, guess what? Everybody gonna know all your business. Okay? Everybody's gonna know your business. Everybody is gonna know your business. When they spilling that tea, they like, girl, cause such and such and such and such and such. When they go over there, they're gonna be like, girl, let me tell you about teas. But don't tell nobody, because she told me not to tell nobody. That ain't your friend. There are people I no longer speak to, and I will never share their personal business. That's just foul. Like, even if you fall out with somebody, if you had love for them at some point and they was close to you, you had them in your house, they sat at your table, they ate dinner with you, they was around your man, they was in your home, and they were your friend, and for whatever reason you fall apart or you just grow apart, I'm not going to be spilling their tea across the land just because I'm mad on Mad Day. So that's what you got to pay attention to. How are those people on Mad Day that you keeping close to you? And their other friend, their friend that they got across town, how much of their business do you know? Okay? Pay attention to that and stop running your mouth to people that when they get mad at somebody else, they start spilling their tea. Or they use stuff that they shared in confidence and start using that as a weapon. I've seen that recently. They start using that stuff as a weapon. Stuff that they shared in confidence or stuff that they shared as, like being vulnerable. And then people turn around and use that when they mad. My Journey said, I watch how people treat everybody, their family, their friends, their job. If you're unreliable, phony, and sneaky, I'm going to know. Amen. I agree with you 100%. This is Oslin. I agree with you 100%. Real remains real regardless. Yes. And that is and that's the thing too, like, the worst thing about like being betrayed by a friend is that you let them in. You let them into your world and you shared personal things with them. They were in your home. They sat on your couch. Like, you shared things with them, and then you felt comfortable enough to share stuff with them. And then what happens? They turn around and betray you and share your information with other people. That is ridiculous. Faith said, what do you do when it's a parent that does this to you? Meaning they get mad at you for not doing what they want and then they tell your business. That would really break my heart. That's probably the biggest betrayal, in my opinion. And that's why a lot of people have issues. And that's why I think Kenya has issues, because of her relationship with her mom. If you have a parent that betrays you in that way, that's the deepest hurt. I don't know what I would do. Does anybody have any suggestions for that? Like, what do you do? I think it's perfectly okay. And I don't know if everybody agrees with this, because I know a lot of people think you have to honor your parents so your days will be long, all of that. But if your parent is the toxic one, I am perfectly okay with people that separate themselves from their own family. Sometimes it's I think Prem said this earlier. Sometimes it's your family that is the most toxic. And you have to create your own family. Jay said, ooh, Faith, that happens all the time. Jay says, shaking my head, it's not right. I don't think it's wrong, but it is. They don't think it's wrong, but it is. It is. It's the worst betrayal, because that's the one person you should receive unconditional love from. And for them to spread your personal business like that it's just... So learning from that, us as parents, when you're a parent or you're a godparent or a step parent or whatever, when your child comes to you and they're sharing personal stuff, don't go tell everybody when you're mad at them or be like, oh, they did this and that. Don't do that. That's the biggest betrayal. T's Journey said, Faith, I understand. Just respect the parent and love from a distance. Amen. Kiss from Jay said, you should have the secrecy with your children so that you can build trust, or they can build trust with you. Elevator said, love your parent, but from a distance. Facts Coach said, Jay. Faith said, it happens to me all the time. I have to set boundaries and protect myself. For real. And I'm sorry, Faith. I'm sorry that happens. Is you deserve more than that. And sometimes I think our parents, they do the best that they can based on the relationships they had with their parent. and or it's either they're gonna mirror behaviors they saw growing up, or they're gonna try their best not to do it. So being that you have your baby girl now, you do better than your parents were able to do. And I know you do. I know you do. You love your baby girl. Aslan said a lot of people don't take the time to heal from certain things. Yes. Not healing is detrimental because you will carry hurt everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. And hurt people, what do? They hurt people. And that is so true. Hurt people definitely hurt people. And when you're healed, I talked a little bit about this in my video I put out today about saying sorry. That could be a whole nother live about how to say sorry. Because the one thing I hate about when people say sorry is when they be like, I'm sorry if blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry if, not if, you did. Yes, Faith, respect yourself. So sorry, Faith. That's true, Aslan. My Journey said, I agree. Parents often do things that are hurtful to their kids, and they have no clue that it is hurtful or that it is inappropriate because that's all they know. It was done to them. Hurt people, especially in our community, guys. You know, I always got to bring it back to some stuff. Today, I don't think I'm going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about friends. Oh, we are going to talk about fitness. I'm going to add that. I got to. But, Mind Journey, what Mind Journey was saying is like, it was done to them. Like a lot of this behavior and the way that we treat our kids and all of this stuff, guess where it stems from? Slavery. It stems from that survival, being in survival mode and not thinking about your children's emotional health. Like, you ain't got time for that. Like, man up, let's go. And that's all we think about. You're not thinking about their emotional health and how their mental health is going to be impacted by your behavior. You're just not thinking like that. And some parents will say that. They'll be like, I don't care. Just get your, that's how they talk to their kids. I hear it to this day. Like, and I'm like, that's the other piece. Like, I don't think that every woman should be a mom. Because they have to heal. You have to heal first. Like, being a mom requires a lot of your energy, a lot of your emotional energy, a lot of yourself. So if you're not healed, hurt people. And the person that's closest to you is your kid. I see it. Like, people screaming and barking at their kids like they're animals on the street. That's not discipline. That's abuse. Like, get your little fucking motherfucker. Like, and always barking at their kids like that. Like, that's not cool. Anyway, yes, you need to do a video on that, Coach. How to say sorry. Yes. I can't stand that elevator when people say, I'm sorry, but you, or I'm sorry if I hurt you. No, you did hurt me. All you got to say, simple. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Done. No but, no if, no but you, when you, I am sorry I made you feel that way. People will pause. They're going to pause. They're going to be like, what? Yes, elevators. Shaking my head. I hate that shit. Me too. I hate when people, because it's still putting it's putting it back on you. So you're not really apologizing. You're saying the words, but you're not apologizing. Apologizing and saying sorry are two different things. You can say it. I can say it. But when you apologize, you're actually accepting responsibility for yourself. Jay said they always find a way to make it about them when you're supposed to be trying to make the person feel better. Exactly. Yes, my parents were Southern and I was raised in the city, so it's a difference. Mind Journey said, yes, exactly. And that's why, as you said, slavery did a huge injustice to us because slave mentality was adopted as normalcy. Yes, and we're still in survival mode. And understandably so, because it's real out here, you know what I mean? And we still have to deal with quite a bit of racial inequality and violence. We still deal with it. I don't mind people being a mother or not, because when that child is born, the child finds a mother and family and other people. They just need your DNA. God got the rest. Amen. The thing is, Jay, why I say that, I think that's just based on my past, like me working as a social worker for the child welfare system, and like interviewing and intimate, like being in an intimate setting, interviewing moms that really pour their heart out. And that the underlying issue underneath it all is they are emotionally detached from their kid because they had the child for the wrong reason. And that makes me sad because they're never going to, I mean, I can't say never. They need therapy, of course. But part of me just truly believes like that nurturing is like an innate thing for some women and not others. And sometimes I think the father becomes the nurturer. So I don't know if it's nature or nurture with being a nurturing spirit. Like they put that on women because that's supposed to be what we do. But there's some women, they must have more testosterone or something. Because Lord have his mercy. Child. Mind Journey said yes, because as soon as a person says but or if, it voids the apology. And pay attention to that, because so many people apologize that way. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry if. If I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. How does that make you feel when somebody says that to you? And it be your friends, your so-called friends, the people that you have closest to you, the people that are in your circle, the people that you allow around your kids when they do something wrong. Or if you have a disagreement, it's impossible to have a conversation with them about it. Like it's impossible to talk about the issue you have. It's ridiculous. But the thing that I always go back to with friendships is this is how you know people are your friend. For real. Let something good happen to you. Hey! Let something really good, like you get a promotion at work, you get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and you've been grinding to do it. You get married. That's a big one right there. When you get married, see who disappear. Who all of a sudden ain't answering the phone or ain't calling you or haven't congratulated you. Not your friend. They really was secretly jealous the whole time. And it's a shame that us women have to deal with this, but we do, and you need to be aware. And the reason why I'm even talking about this is because it's a part of our emotional health. It's a part of our health, you know? Because this kind of stuff, like dealing with terrible friends, makes you stressed out. Tease said, yes, it was no hugs or kisses from my mother. Just because you give birth doesn't make you a mother. Amen. And they really struggle with that, especially with girls. Now, if they had boys, I don't understand. I want to do honestly, I wanted, like when I was working there, I wanted to do a study on this, about that. Like, what happens when you're forced to have children, and not physically forced, like someone laid you down and made you. I'm talking about because of societal pressure. You feel like I have to get married, or I have to have kids, or I have to have a child. What happens to that relationship? Miss J said, so true, Tease. I still think about your interview every now and then, or when I hear people talk about mother, you pop up in my mind. God bless you. Yeah, God bless you. I always think about that. I think about like people that have strained relationships with their parents, especially their mom. That's the one that really cuts deep. That's the one. It'll be interesting. What I think about. I had a brother, and my mother hid him from the family his whole life. Wow, where's your brother now? I had a brother, and my mother hid him. Why did she hide him? Did I watch your interview? I gotta go back and watch it, honey. I might have, cause like in the beginning, I watched so much of Jay's content. I might have watched it. When Jay was talking about the moms, that did sound familiar. Oh my God. Tease. Tease. Oh, my condolences. How old was he? How old was he? I'm so sorry. My God. My God. See, when I say you never know what people are going through. Ooh, you see what I say when you never know? You never know the struggles people are going through. Like, you never, ever know. And that's something that Tease. Oh. Was that your only brother? In my house. We don't talk enough. We really don't talk enough. Whew. About mental health. We don't talk enough about mental health. We gloss over it. Like, we make fun of people. We tell people to just get over it. There's some things that you just cannot get over. And that kind of thing, like you're being hidden, that he probably always carried that and probably always felt like he wasn't good enough. He had a family and everything. How many kids? I'm good. I talk to a lot of young men who are tired. Yes. Especially, think about like young black men and what the messages that they're getting. And a lot of them don't have relationships with either parent, because there's a lot of single fathers too that don't have a relationship with either their mom, or they don't have a relationship with their dad, and they're navigating the world, or they find out later in life that the person they thought was their father is not their father. How do they handle that? And then we just tell them to keep it going, keep moving, keep pushing. Woo, Tease. My God. But how are you doing, Tease? Like, do you have support? What's up, Stash? Stash, I see you doing an interview tomorrow. Is it today or tomorrow with Queen? What's up? We winding down here. Oh my God, Tease just shared some stuff with us. My heart really goes out to you, Tease. So my journey is by myself. That was your only brother? Your only sibling? I got one sibling, and and I'm the oldest, and you the oldest, right? You're older. You were older than him. He was your little brother, right? Hi, Candy K. All day. Woo, tease. My God. Guys, check on your people, okay? 9 years apart. That really stings. I'm an older sister too. And God forbid, like a part of you feels like, did I miss something? My God. My heart goes out to you, like real talk, tease, like, and that gives me like a new perspective on you. You on these YouTube streets trying to stay sane. Amen. I feel you. That's why I do what I do. I gotta stay busy, you know. You gotta stay busy. You gotta stay living with a purpose. Because now you living for the both of y'all. She said, I'm good. I let them have the house. Ooh. So he had a wife too? Was she in the house? Or it was, you said he had 2 kids. Was the wife also in the house? Mm-mm-mm. Oh, his baby. But she was in the house with him. I wonder how do you still speak to them? I'm pretty sure you do. Woo. Like, tomorrow's not promised, guys. We gotta do, like, whatever your goals are, just, you gotta go for it. If you're suffering from depression, talk to somebody, man. Don't just sit in that. Mental health is real. Like, mental health is real. Like, don't just sit in that. Talk to somebody about it. They have hotlines. Oh, my heart is just, oh, man. I feel bad because that trauma, like, the trauma doesn't end there. You know what I'm saying? And the people that are left behind have to, like, live without them now. My heart goes out to you. Anybody else in the chat that's lost anyone close to them, my heart goes out to you. It doesn't matter how long ago it happened. The pain doesn't go away. The pain just changes, you know. T said, no, I don't talk to her. I never trusted her. And he knew it, but I didn't want the kids without. I'm sorry about that, Tease, man. But that speaks to a lot too. I mean, I don't know what their situation was, but sometimes, like we were saying, the person closest to you can be causing you the most harm. And not everybody knows how to handle that, you know. All right, guys, it's been an hour. We're gonna revisit this topic. We're gonna revisit it. I appreciate all of you so much for showing up. What I'm gonna request, and I got this from Luciana Success. I don't think she's in here, but in case she sees the replay, if you're not subscribed to her, please go over to her channel. She does a lot of content, like, you know, supporting other small YouTubers, and she gave a really good tip when you do a live. So all of you guys can start to do this if you don't already. What I'm gonna ask, guys, is after the live, when it posts, please, in the chat, in the comment section of the live, just type in the chat what your channel is about, and one thing that you liked or learned from the live, or one thing you want to add to the discussion. Can you please just put that in the comment section of this live once it posts? I greatly appreciate that. And also, it's a way for people that go through and read comments to see you, to see your channel, and maybe click on you and you know, go into a deeper dive into your channel. And I thought that that was a really cool way. And also, I also remember and know who was here in the live. So after the live, guys, please do that in the comment section. Of course, like the post, and also put in the comment section what your channel is about and something that you learned from the live. Okay? I greatly appreciate y'all. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1:15, I'll be going live again. Tease, my heart goes out to you. Oh, there's 2 more chats. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Please hold. No, I don't. Oh, okay, I read that one. And if anyone wants to talk to us on YouTube, we're always here to love on you. And that's free. And if your phone isn't on, just go to the library. Yes, yes. We all needed this today. We all needed this today because we all need to remember to always be grateful. And if we're not feeling well, like, I mean, mentally well, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling anxious, you're feeling depressed, please seek help. Talk to a friend. Sometimes you might have to even, like Jay said, reach out to somebody on YouTube, because we turn into your friends. And sometimes the people that you haven't even met are more of a friend to you than the people that you know in your life, if that ain't a word. But again, guys, I thank you so much. And please don't forget to put a comment in the comment section once the live is posted, and like the live. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all. Family, right? We are family. I love y'all. Bye.